I'm reading a book by Leon Hendrix, Jimi Hendrix's younger brother. It's called Jimi Hendrix, A Brother's Story by Leon Hendrix. And in the book, around the middle of the book, Leon and Jimi are in Los Angeles hanging out in a house that Jimi rented. They're having a really good time, kind of catching up after they've been apart for a while. And one day, Leon got a chance to ask Jimi how he made all those sounds. And Leon asked, "How do you make all those wild noises out there? How do you get all that sound?" Jimi says, "The pedals, the wah-wah, and the fuzz tone. The Marshall amps I'm using have a huge sound, and the Fender Strat is a great guitar," Jimi told me, leaning back, spreading out on his chair. "You know, Leon, after all those years of being in those bands and people telling me what to play and having to play exact arrangements, those are second nature. My stuff exists outside of those lines. I'm free. As long as the bass player stays in the root, I can do what I want. If it starts feeding back, then fine. The strings and notes and tones are fighting against each other, but the guitar is still tuned to E, so it's going to at least be in that area. I could be playing a lead way up high, but that low E string could still be feeding back. So those are two tones going on. It's like playing two guitars at the same time. You have to let it go, but still control it. The guitar is pretty open. You can't really hit a bad note unless you don't know how to bend it and shape it into all those other melodies and tones going on. It's all about recovery. It's the most important part of soloing and improvising. You know what I'm talking about?" I did. When Jimi explained things, they always made perfect sense. One of my favorite songs of Jimi's at that time was Bold as Love, off his second album, Axis, Bold as Love. When I told him my feelings on the track, he went into detail about some of the thinking that went into the writing of the lyrics. Jimi was interested in the relationship between emotions, colors, and musical notes. He mentioned a concept called energy sound color dynamics, which he playfully sometimes referred to as E equals SC squared, to borrow a little style from Einstein's E equals MC squared theory. Jimi was fascinated by the connection of the 7 notes in a musical scale to the 7 colors of the rainbow, not to mention the interesting fact that red, yellow, and blue, the first, third, and fifth colors of the rainbow, are primary colors, while root, third, and fifth, the first, third, and fifth notes of a major scale, make up a major chord. If there was such a thing as hearing in color or playing in color, that was exactly what my brother was intent on accomplishing, or it may even be said that he had already accomplished it by then. Regardless, he was interested in practicing it. Jimi felt that if he couldn't physically hold on to the music, he could at least describe it in color and somehow make it three-dimensional. He took his fascination with radio frequencies back when we were little boys to the next level. Not only was there sound and color to mold and shape in the songwriting, but there was also the energy, the soul, the spirit, and emotion. The 3 elements together were something as powerful as anything. Jimi attempted to link everything together in one form, which was his music. My brother was always educating me in different ways. I felt as if he knew the answers, and that knowledge was total freedom to me. "I'm glad you could come out here, Leon," Jimi said, leaning back and lighting a cigarette. And anyway, the book is really getting interesting, but I just love those paragraphs. If you're looking for an excellent book, I recommend Jimi Hendrix, A Brother's Story by Leon Hendrix. I'm totally inspired, and I hope you are too. Take care.